I'm not gonna lie, my hair looks like garbage today. Whatever. All right, whenever you're ready.
Good morning, Harsh and Vikings.
Buenos dias.
I'm the student who hates the freezing cold temperature, Oliver.
And I'm the teacher who loves it when it's this cold because my classroom's on fire all the time, Mr. Husser.
Today is Friday, February 4th, 2022.
And it's a green day. It's time for Harshman Happenings. Today's the day. Our winners from our first week of the Imagine Math Burger King drawings are going to be announced on the overhead speaker because I filmed this a day in advance and I don't actually know.
60 minutes of Imagine Math.
You are one of our lucky winners. We'll be sure to take care of you and get you some Burger King ASAP.
And what about the top advisory?
Well, the top advisory for Imagine Math is going to be announced next Monday. Don't get too excited, Oliver. Because technically, students, you still have time today to get some of those Imagine Math minutes in.
Now it's time for my favorite part of the week.
Friday.
This week's top 5 is all about Black History Month. We asked people who their favorite Black writers are.
Good morning, Harshman. This is Miss Moreland. I am checking in for Black History Month to share a Black author that I love. Her name is Jesmyn Ward. The first book I read from her was called Men We Reaped, which was a memoir of her life. And then I also read Sing the Unburied Sing. Jesmyn Ward is such a great author, and I want to share her with you.
One of my favorite authors, especially for young people, is Jason Reynolds. Writes books for young adults and for teenagers. If you don't know who he is, check him out. And if you're interested at all, you want to borrow a copy of one of his books, I've got a bunch of his books in my room 237. Check him out, Jason Reynolds.
One of my very favorite plays is A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry. I love how all of the characters in this play are dramatic and well developed and how they come together in the end. I totally recommend seeing it if you ever get the chance to see it in the theater. Or there's a great movie, 2 great movies actually, or just read the play. It's fabulous.
We're coming to you about my favorite Black author, Alexandria House. She wrote the Roman University series. She writes Black romance, and the reason I love her stories is because she focuses on a narrative that we don't normally see in novels. Black romance, Black people falling in love, being in love, and working out their relationships. And I am just totally in love with all the stories that she writes, totally supporting Black love in 2022. So that is my author for the top 5.
Many of you may be familiar with names like Tyler Perry, Ryan Coogler, Will Packer, and even Michael B. Jordan. But before they graced your screens, there was Spike Lee, who paved the way for all of those amazing artists. In 1986, Spike Lee founded his own production company, which allowed him to write, direct, and produce his own films. In 1990, he teamed up with Denzel Washington, and in 1992, they produced the film titled Malcolm X, which catapulted both of their careers, making Spike Lee one of the most revered directors and producers of all time, and making Denzel Washington one of the most influential actors of all time. So much so that he even inspired Black Panther, also known as Chadwick Boseman. Spike Lee is one of the greatest artists of all time. He continues to revolutionize the Black experience. If you have not checked out any of his films lately, do yourself a favor and do so.
Now let's get our Black History moment from Miss Bailey.
Did you know all those creative gifts that we just love using? Well, that was created by computer scientist Lisa Golobster. And she also created the technology that lets us do web animation. Go, Lisa!
Now it's time for Before You Go, Stay in the Know.
In case you missed Miss Bailey talking about her earlier this week, Maya Angelou has become the first Black woman to be featured on an American coin.
Well, that's the news for now.
Make it a fabulous Friday, Vikings.
Mr. Hesser would like to know, what is your favorite playwright? Your mother? I think so too. Absolutely.